It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning, everyone out there in media land. How are you this morning?
Welcome to Karen's world.
Welcome to the morning show.
It's
in
really
XL7.
messed up.
I know. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. And I'm here in my world with Scooty Patootie this morning.
Whoop, whoop. I don't know what I'm doing here in Karen's
I know.
world.
I don't know. Why are you in my world?
I don't know why Karen. I don't know if Karen knows what she's doing in Karen's world.
Well, no. I mean, that's a given. I never know what's happening.
That's a whole different thing
It's
all
a whole
by itself.
Thing. So.
So how's Karen's week?
Well, fine. You know, it's Holy Week. Tomorrow's Good Friday.
Yep.
And here's a
Okay, throw it out there.
here's a question
We're getting
for
her
you.
fired up right off the bat.
You know, Good Friday? That's the day that we acknowledge, celebrate the crucifixion of Jesus. And I say celebrate because that's the day that He atoned
Yes.
for all of our sins. It's called Good Friday. I have always wondered why a day that would be associated with his suffering and torture and crucifixion would be called Good Friday. So I researched it. And it's considered, I had a theory, and there's a couple of different thoughts on this, but one is that it acknowledges the goodness of God's love that
Yeah.
he gave his
That's
life
what
on
I
the
would.
cross.
I would.
Yes,
think.
that was my theory as well. But also, there's one thought that it is derived from the phrase of God's Friday. That it was just transformed over a period of time to become a Good Friday. And there's yet another school of thought that it's like a...
If that's the case, then change it back to God's Friday.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry, go ahead.
But that, you know, like we say, they used to say good tidings at Christmas time.
Yeah.
So it might be kind of a nuance of that. Like,
I can see that.
but anyway, tomorrow's Good Friday, which is a big day, and then Sunday is Easter. Do you have
Yes.
Easter plans?
My wife hadn't told me.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I thought you might have been spending Easter with your granddaughter. Or was that was?
No, we spent.
was it-
Yeah, and I think they're coming up next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
wait, maybe it is this weekend. It might be this weekend.
Amanda,
they are coming up this
You're
weekend.
going to need to let
Yes.
Scooter know what he's doing this weekend. He doesn't
Well,
have a clue.
well, she mentioned because we were doing some work in one of the closets, so I took some stuff out and put it in the guest room, and she's telling me I got to move it back. So
Oh.
doing the math, that's got to be this
I
weekend.
bet it might be this weekend then.
Yeah.
Well, and another. Again, Amanda, you're going to need to get him on track. Tell him what
Help.
you need him to do.
Help!
What would you do without Amanda?
Oh, I'd be lost.
You would be lost. You would be lost. You're lost with Amanda. I feel
I know.
sorry for Amanda. So, but anyway.
So do I.
Yeah. Hey, she's earning her stars in her crown.
There
for
you
sure.
go. There's no doubt.
So, and then we were talking before the show. Yesterday was the big space launch, which you said
Yeah.
you did not see.
I did not. I did not watch it.
Whatever. This is the first time since 1972 that we've gone to the moon. It's been like 50.
I was going to say exactly where what's their goal for this round? Do you know?
Yes, I was listening to it. The goal, they're not landing, but they're going further. They're going around the backside of the moon.
Okay.
And they're going further out into space than any human has ever been.
Awesome.
I know. Isn't that
Awesome.
amazing?
That's cool.
So, and we were talking, as I told you before the show, my parents both worked in the aerospace careers, and my dad worked on the Apollo projects, and so it was always a big deal in our house to
That's cool.
to watch the space missions, the launches and everything, and the T-minus 10 seconds and counting. And it was a big deal. We gathered around the TV. So yesterday, I just happened to have the TV on and got to watch it. So it's quite, makes your heart pound a little bit because you're just hoping for safety.
Yeah, it seems like the worst part can be sometimes be the takeoff and getting through that atmosphere.
And the re-entry coming back. And so anyway, Godspeed to all of the astronauts up there. And hopefully, what a thrill. I mean, to me, we talk about, obviously, the bravery of the military and first responders, fire and police. But that is...
And it will never come up. But if it ever came up that I had a chance to do that, would I do it? Yes.
You would go to space? See, I
wouldn't have a second thought about it.
I would not. I'm just not that brave. To me, that's a special, any kind of explorer like that.
Yeah.
But I like space, but the ocean is my thing. I would be much more inclined to, do an ocean thing, but not. But anyway, so that's the goal. They're going to go out there and circle around the backside of the moon, and I forget how many.
I'd be more comfortable doing that, I think, than those personal subs and stuff like that.
Yeah. When I first read about the personal subs, I thought, oh, that would be so cool if I had the money. And then, the issue happened. It's like, no, not so much. I mean, I'm not an explorer. I will go once it's been kind of the kinks a bit.
Yeah, get the kinks out first.
So, what else? What other day? I'm just a wealth of information.
I know. I'm scared.
It's National Ferret Day for all you ferret lovers out there.
Yeah, National Ferret Day.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what a ferret is?
Yes, I had one once, and I will not have one again.
Yes, I dated a guy in college that found one that had somehow, I guess, gotten loose and stuff, and nobody ever claimed her. But they're interesting pets for you all out there that may not know. They're part of the like otter, badger, weasel family, mink. They have scent glands that if you're going to keep one as a pet, you're going to want to get those removed. But and you had one?
I had one when I was younger. Like I said, I wouldn't have one again. But
they're kind of hyper. Did yours use the litter box?
I don't know, but I know there's a lot of cleaning to them. Even if you take the glands out, there's a lot of smells, a lot of...
Yeah.
The hygiene can be...
It's not like a cat,
overwhelming.
Really.
No.
But what was your ferret's name?
I have no clue.
Are you serious? You don't know? His was Louisel. We named it together because we found it together. Louisel T. Ferret.
Louisel T. Ferret.
The ferret. But yeah, they're carnivores, and I don't know about yours, but Louisel would let you hold her. Mm-hmm. But then, kind of like a cat, when she was done with you holding her, she wanted down, but she would lick my arm. After a while, she would lick, and I learned real quickly, once she licked my arm, to put her down because she was going to bite.
Oh.
And she wouldn't draw blood, but anyway, it's like she'd run around. She was hyper, but she did use a litter box. But yeah, he ended up selling her, but they're interesting animals. So happy National Ferret Day to all you ferret lovers out there.
There you go. There's people out there that love them.
Yeah. But they are kind of hyper, so you gotta. Here's a fun fact or two about ferrets, though. The male ferrets are called hobs. Hobs.
Okay.
And the females are called Jills.
Hobs and Jills.
And then their offspring are called, their babies are called kits, and the whole family is called a business.
I'll be darned.
There you have it. So there's your fun facts for National Ferret Day.
There's an educational experience.
That's your science. We got science. We had aerospace science. We have, animal husbandry. We got animal science, and it's also Burrito Day. So,
all right. Now, what you could have led with that.
So get out.
Why am I always doing something before the actual day? Like we just had burritos. I just made burritos the other day.
Maybe, again, it's the Eve celebration.
Oh, yeah, maybe burrito Eve. Okay.
Did you do anything for April Fool's Day yesterday?
No.
No?
No.
I didn't think about this till this morning, but I should have, texted you and said, I quit. But then I'm thinking I couldn't have said April Fool's fast enough for you to say, okay, I've got your replacement.
You'd be texting back, I was just kidding, and we already got balloons going.
Yeah, I know. It's
confetti flying.
We already got confetti flying. It's like, I'm sorry, your position's already been filled. Anyway, so a lot going on. A lot going on in the news today.
Awesome.
So, anyway, on that note, let's pray about the day, shall we?
It sounds great to me.
Hospice of the Ozarks. Sponsor the prayer, and gosh, we appreciate them. They do such good work over there, and you can reach them to get questions answered about chronic care coordination or end-of-life care coordination resources. They've got bereavement counseling, and they also have information on youth camps. So give them a call at 870-508-1771 here in Mountain Home. They service Baxter and Marion counties and are the only not-for-profit hospice providers in the area. So give them a call today. They just all have a heart for what they do, and can't say enough good things about them. So let's bow our heads for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day, and we thank you for all of your blessings, most importantly and significantly, the gift of your Son, Jesus. And we thank you, Jesus, for what this week means to those of us who have accepted you as our Savior. And we just thank you for dying on the cross for the sins of all of mankind. And we thank you for your creation, for friendships, and for family. We thank you for your protection, your healing, and your strength. And we ask that you just forgive us of all of our sins and trespasses and be with us as we go through this day to help us live a life that honors you and brings glory to your name. Be with our military. Be with the astronauts who are going further than any human's ever been. Have your hand upon them, and just watch over each and every one of us. Be with those who are sick and lonely, and we just lift them up to you. And all these things we ask in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
All right, going to take a full break, I'm assuming.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a full break.
And we'll be right back with the weather, so don't go away.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass, contact the professionals at Clear Results Glass in Mountain Home. Whether you're needing a rock chip repair or a full windshield replacement, Clear Results Glass can take care of all of your automotive glass needs with fast turnarounds at competitive prices. They service business and residential customers and can custom cut any glass or provide you with the right fit for your home windows, sliding doors, commercial glass, or even a frameless shower enclosure. Contact Clear Results Glass today for a quote or to schedule your next glass project. That's Clear Results Glass, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Hospice of the Ozarks, our purpose is you, not just your illness. We offer a compassionate plan of care that respects your dignity and honors your wishes with countless services and groundbreaking programs. We are committed to improving the quality of life for both you and your family. We provide care and support in the comfort of wherever you call home, but we also have the area's only hospice house when needed. As the only local not-for-profit hospice, we will never turn away a patient regardless of their ability to pay. Learn more at hospiceoftheozarks.org.
Hi, I'm Bob Zador of the Z Team. I'd like to share something with you. Our team didn't need to reach everyone to be considered successful. We only needed the power of one. One person who was delighted with the way they were treated, helping them to reach their real estate goals. One person who told another person, who told another, and so on. So if you're ready to buy or sell real estate, the Z Team would like to be your one. Give us a call. 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show. What's that old Bob Zadora do? He'll be here tomorrow, right? To talk
Yes.
about
This
real
week
estate.
in real estate.
Yes.
Yes.
So, well, it's time for the weather, brought to us, of course, by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team of the Century 21 Lemac Realtors. And you can go to their website, or retiredarkansas.net, and gosh, take a look at all of their awards and accomplishments.
Yeah,
It's
and
massive.
their
Customer service.
Customer service is bar none.
Yes, and they really do have a heart for this community.
They do.
And they want to be your realtor. So if you're looking to buy or sell, or if you have questions about the process, they will walk you through the process and help you find that perfect property for you, or they will help you sell your property. And you can give them a call at 870-405-0793. And you can tell them Scooter sent you.
You bet.
Tell everybody Scooter sent you.
Tell everybody.
But that we appreciate them and all the work that they do for the community. And they have a camera on the back of their deck that you can also check out anytime on their website. But look at that view this morning.
You got a couple of them. This is the wide angle camera. It stays wide. It is a live camera. I don't see any boats or anything out on the water this morning.
Not today. It was a little breezy. Nice morning, but it kind of smelled like rain a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, I think we got some in the
We've
forecast.
got some coming, I do believe, and
then they have another camera that zooms around. This one goes to different locations around the area and kind of shows Cotter and
look at that.
A lot of shots of the river. It's awesome.
I don't see any boats out today, but again, it
Not yet.
smelled a little damp, like it might be going to rain, and we do have some rain, I think, headed our way. So while we're admiring those beautiful pictures this morning, I will go through the temperatures. Mountain Home is currently at 71. Harrison 70 degrees, Batesville 70 degrees, Yaleville 71, Marshall 68, Salem 69, Mountain View 69, Calico Rock 71, West Plains 69, Springfield 67, Poplar Bluff 68, and St. Louis at 66 degrees. So, that's a nice shot right there. It's kind of practically down there in the water, isn't it?
I love it. Such pretty shots.
Such a pretty view from there.
All right, let me switch over to the
Yeah,
radar
we've got
here.
some
There we go.
storms headed our way. Rain, looks like. Looks like maybe about, I'm guessing, around 12 or 1, if we get anything. There's no watches or warnings in our area today, but we are scheduled to get a little bit of rain. Pollen count today, tree pollen is high, and I can sure tell it, can you?
Yeah.
And grass pollen is moderate. So it's that, it's springtime. Norfolk Lake water level 550.90 feet. Level is 1.10 feet below full pool of 552. Bull Shoals water level is 655.16 feet. level is 3.84 feet below full pool of 659. And where did my temperatures go?
They're on the paper?
No, I mean, not the temperatures, the... Where did it go?
Did you close it out?
forecast. I don't know. It's not here.
I bet you closed.
I bet
you hit the X button.
I clicked on something that I didn't mean to click on. Anyway, how do I get it back?
Let me see if I can upload it while you're...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, Norfolk Dam is running 1 unit and Bull Shoals is running 1 unit today. And I'm so sorry. I just clicked on something when I was clicking through there and it went away. I'm sure it wasn't me.
Should be this. Oops.
There it is. Was it there?
No, I had to
Okay.
reload it.
Oh, I am so sorry. I apologize for that little technical glitch. Let's look at the... How many days till I figure this out? So today it's going to be a high of 80, showers and breezy. Showers and thunderstorms likely after 3 p.m. today, 80% chance of precipitation. Rainfall amounts probably less than 1/10 of an inch is what they're predicting. Could be a little bit higher if we have thunderstorms. Tonight, low of 63, showers are likely, and 60% chance of precipitation this evening. Rainfall amounts tonight between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. Friday, showers likely, thunderstorms possible after 4 p.m. High will be near 82 degrees, 60% chance of precipitation. Again, rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch. Higher amounts with thunderstorms. Friday night, showers and thunderstorms likely. Chance of precipitation 90% on Friday night. The low will be 55 degrees. And then Saturday, showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm or two. High near 65, chance of precipitation 70%. And then Saturday night, low 40 degrees, mostly clear. And then on Easter Sunday, the high will be 66 and clear, sunny. So a nice Easter Easter Sunday for us, but some rain, which we could use between
Yes.
now and then. So it's still, the temperatures are going to be nice, though. So shouldn't spoil any plans, hopefully.
There you go.
All right. Well, now that I got through that debacle,
We're going to get a quick word from Ozark Farm and Lawn.
and we'll be right back with community events, so don't go away.
You build more than projects. You build what communities rely on. When the job site runs on results, put Kubota to work. Backed by expert service and support from your local Kubota dealer. Right now, bring home select Kubota KX series with 0% financing available or save up to $4,800.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozark's Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Oh, welcome back to, we're having such a good time this morning on the morning show. I'm sure we're having a better time than you all are listening to us. But anyway, it's time for community events brought to us by who?
Ozark Farm and Lawn.
The dealership that deals. Go check out their inventory. They are located over at 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home. Their website is ozarksfarmandlawn.com, and Scooter has firsthand knowledge of all of their...
We're being taken over.
no. Hi, how
We're
are you
being
this
taken over. Well, good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Who is that masked man?
He's about to be on there here
He's
in a
about to
minute.
be on the air. So,
All right.
anyway, Ozarks Farm and Lawn, they have got a lot of deals going on, and so just check out their inventory. They've got more equipment that you can imagine, and you can just hop on over there and
They've got an awesome
Test
service
drive.
department, so especially if you're in the hay business and you got that coming up, you need to get all your equipment serviced, run it by or give them a call. Get the equipment by there, let them get it serviced and get it ready for the season.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, we've got community events coming up, lots of stuff going on. The Mountain Home Hurricane Swim Team is having their sign-ups right now on April 4th and April 11th. So that is coming up over at 217 South College here in Mountain Home, 9 a.m. to noon both days. Swimmers ages 5 years old and up. So you can contact Coach Hope Normandy at 870-404-2128 for more information on that. So that's happening April 4th and April 11th. Friday, April 10th, the Mountain Home Parks and Recreation and Elsie Salmons Youth Center is hosting Parents Night Out Friday, April 10th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Ages 5 to 12 years old, it's $15 per child with a $5 discount for siblings, and that includes dinner as well. You are not required to pre-register, but they do recommend it. If you want to pre-register, you can pre-register that day, April 10th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then the 2026 Bomber Booster Club is hosting a golf tournament, a 4-person scramble at Big Creek Golf and Country Club on Saturday, April 11th. 8:30 tee time, entry fee $125 per person or $500 per team. Plus they are doing a skins game for $20 per team. All of that is limited to the first 28 teams, and the cost does include a golf cart, mulligans, and lunch after completion of the tournament. You can call the Bailey Bodenhammer for more information at 870-404-3605, and that's to support the Bomber Booster Club. And then the Mountain Home NJROTC is hosting a mini golf tournament that same day at Little T's Mini Golf Course on Highway 5 North. That is April 11th, 10 a.m. to noon or noon to 2. And that is $55 for a team of 5. All of those proceeds go to support the Mountain Home NJROTC's trip to Washington, D.C., where they have been invited to participate in the July 4th parade in honor of the 250th anniversary of the country. They are representing Arkansas and Mountain Home, so get out and support that. Help them raise the
the next
funds.
ones are a little far off. We can kind of push them later.
Oh, okay.
But I do want to mention the Cats for Kids is coming back on April 18th. They will be here. It's a great opportunity for any kids with any kind of disability to go out there and get a chance to go fishing. They're doing it right here in McCabe Park. And they get a guide. You get a personal guide that's going to help you with everything that you need to do. You don't need to bring anything. They give you the tackle box, the fishing poles, all the cool stuff. It's just a great event. They're limited to 20, I think. So if you're interested, you need to get online. Go to castforkids.org, click on the events, and look down for McCabe Park, and it'll have all the information. And it's be on April 18th. And if you got questions, you can give Christy West a call, 870-632-9498. And I do believe that they're still needing some more volunteers.
Yes, and just want to plug Twin Lakes Playhouse. Tickets are on sale now for the upcoming production over there, Play On. It opens Friday, April 17th for 3 weekends. You can go to twinlakesplayhouse.org, get your tickets. So check that out because we want to see you there. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with our surprise guest.
Surprise guest. Surprise. Be right back.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z-Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z-Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as it would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite, climate-controlled, and air-filtered boarding facility in the area, with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Sleep Mart.
What?
Welcome back to the morning show. Look who popped in to say hi today.
Good
It's
morning.
Sheriff John Montgomery, as if you didn't already know that when he came in and, you know.
You mean we weren't on break when I came in?
Good to see you as always. What have you been up to?
Well, just, work's going on, and of course the election's over and done, and so we're just continue to do what we do, sheriff stuff. We're
Sheriffing.
Sheriffing. Yep, exactly.
So, and I asked you before we came on the air if you've started your countdown to retirement yet.
Not exactly. I've still got just slightly less than 9 months to go, and so we've got several things that we're going to try to get accomplished in the next 9 months, and before we turn the reins over to the new sheriff. And so we're as far as we're concerned, it's business as usual. We're going to continue. I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish and a lot of the things we've been able to do, and we've still got more things that we would like to see happen, and we're going to work the next 9 months to try to get those done.
How soon does the transition start? Is that something that just
happens? and it varies. And the reason I said it varies is because it's going to depend on from county to county.
Okay.
I'm going to say this in the nicest way I can, because I don't want to say anything negative about anyone, but we will not do the transition like it was done to me.
Okay.
22 years ago, I was not allowed in the sheriff's office until 4:30, December 31st.
Which was that the day you were
I take
taking
office
the
at
reins?
midnight.
Wow.
So there was no transition. I was just literally handed the keys
gosh.
at 4:30. Kind of given a quick walk through the office, but that was it.
Here's the office.
Yeah, and here's the keys.
Oh gosh.
So we will not do that.
Well, that's as a resident of Baxter County, I'm glad to hear that.
We're now, as far as when that will start, that we haven't, I have not spoken with Mr. Hollingsworth yet to work those details out. It'll be later in the year because, again, I'm still sheriff till December 31st.
Right.
But we're going to do, myself and my staff are going to do everything we can to make that transition as smooth as possible. It is, to me, I care too much about Baxter County, the sheriff's office, just to say, hey, here you go, here's the keys.
Right.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I would think that would be a little difficult just to come in kind of blind, so to speak.
Yeah. And the other thing too, we and I say myself and I guess I'd have to say myself because technically when I took over at midnight on December 31st, was actually sworn in. There was back in those days, everybody had New Year's Eve events and parties and you name it. And so at that time there was a new county judge, Dan Hall, and so Dan and I were actually sworn in by Judge Van Gerhardt at midnight because we're an elected official and we're a constitutional office holder, we have to be sworn in to take.
Oh, I see.
And so we were sworn in at midnight actually at Big Creek Country Club out there, and then and so that's when it took over. Now, a lot of sheriffs, and I have no idea because again I've not yet spoken to Mr. Hollingsworth how he plans on doing it. A lot of sheriffs will do interviews, and so they'll call everybody to interview to decide who gets to keep their job and who doesn't. Now, a lot of people don't realize, but because you work for me, December 31st at midnight, you no longer have a job.
Really?
Everybody.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, everybody that works for the sheriff's office. So the new sheriff has to hire you again.
I see.
And so a lot of, again, I can't speak for how Mr. Hollingsworth is going to do that. We'll discuss this, and we'll talk about that at some point because it will be his decision. But a lot of times they'll interview and they'll decide who they want to keep and who they want to leave. They'll decide who they're going to bring on board, new employee-wise. But it's very tricky because the county, you can only have X many employees, okay? So he can't bring his new staff in until January 1st.
Oh, gosh.
Because there's no room for them, okay? And there's no budget for extra people to be paid. Now, we didn't do it that way. And so, and there was probably 4 or 5 that were very strong, active supporters of my predecessor, okay? And that's okay. And so what we did is we invited everybody that currently at that time worked for the sheriff's office, and if you counted part-time and reserves and full-time staff and all that, it was probably about 90 or so. And we invited them all to a breakfast and met with them and basically laid it and said, this is what, this is my plans, this is what I expect of you. And I made it clear, I don't care who you supported in the election, doesn't matter, it's over. So if you want to go to work for me, then let's all go to the courthouse and we're going to get sworn in, and so that you'll be officially employees of the sheriff's office. And if you don't want to work for me, or you don't feel like you can do what I'm asking you to do, because we preached hard on professionalism and transparency, and I said, if you don't feel like you can do that, then just don't show up at the courthouse, and there's no hard feelings. Every single person showed up at the courthouse.
Nice.
They were all sworn in, so we hired every single person back. Now, the only exception, my number 2 man is Jeff Lewis, and so the chief deputy, and so typically the sheriff will have, and so the previous chief deputy left, okay, and so I brought mine on board, but other than that, everybody else was there. It was kind of interesting because one of the strong supporters of my predecessor, probably about, 3 or 4 months into office, came in and asked if he could talk to me, and he shut the door, and he said, he said, I truly expected you'd fire me because of how much my friendship and my support for the previous sheriff. And he said, but you told me that it was clean slate, you didn't care. And he said, you've kept your word. And he said, I'm just thrilled that I'm here, and I love this, working here. And he ended up being one of my best employees before he retired,
How about that?
And so, but I feel that way because, again, this is America. You have a right to support whoever you want, and vote and campaign and support whoever. But now that the election's over, then let's get down to business and let's do what's best for the county.
At the end of the day, it's a job, it's a career. You're the boss, and move forward.
Well, and that is that I kind of transitions into a thought that I just had. So a lot of people remember Terry Johnson, who was a longtime investigator for the sheriff's office, and so when he retired, I don't know what it's been, 4 or 5 years ago, and he announced he was going to retire. He had about 35 years of law enforcement experience with the sheriff's office. Okay. So we went back and we started doing some digging because we were just kind of curious how many other people had retired from the sheriff's office, okay, prior to him. Now, in county government, you're considered a full retirement if you work 28 years, at least 28 years, okay? So we started going back and we started looking. And surprisingly enough, Scooter, how many people do you think had retired with 28 years prior to Terry Johnson?
One, maybe.
0. No one.
Wow.
No one had worked for the Baxter County Sheriff's Office for 28 years prior to Terry Johnson. Okay, and retired. So now there's lots of things you can attribute that to. New sheriffs coming in, replacing employees, people getting, disillusioned, going to work someplace else.
Right.
But since then, we've had Lieutenant Rick Lucy retired with roughly 35 years. Ken Graham is retired with roughly 35 years from the sheriff's office. And at the end of December, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 that will have 28 years or more in.
Wow.
That's cool.
And so when that's one of the things I'm proud of, because to me it's all about taking care of the employees, hold them accountable, but if you take care of them and expect them to take care of the sheriff's office, they'll stay.
Right.
And so when you look at how many people have and can retire, and I've been sheriff, will be 22 years this year. I mean, to me, that's a very good feeling to know that they're committed and stayed.
Yes, that is remarkable.
And I remember when you had, fighting to get the wages and everything up where they needed to be. And I know that was a big concern back in the day when it was almost, you guys were almost a stepping stone for them to go somewhere else.
Oh, absolutely.
So they come in, they get their training, they get a little bit of experience, and then they go over here and make more money. And it made it tough for you guys to keep that experience on there. And that's one thing that you brought to the table when you fought for this, is to keep the experience at the sheriff's office.
Well, and that, I would like to say that happened day one, but it didn't. I mean, it didn't happen until, I don't know, I can't remember, 5 years ago, whatever, something like that, 4 or 5 years ago. And you're right, but you could take a deputy, and again, go through the training, get a little experience, and could literally walk across the street to the police department for $6,000 to $7,000 more a year. Okay, same, and they had better retirement, and some other things that were even better. And so it was very difficult to keep employees. Now, the quorum court we worked. It was a long, hard fight. I mean, and I say fight, not in a bad way. I mean, it was just, but we finally were able to. The quorum court helped us, and we were able to get the wages up. I believe, I haven't looked and compared, because to me we're not really comparing anymore. I believe we actually start out our deputies more than the city does now. Now they have a different scale, and so they ratchet up quicker. So in about four years, we're going to be equal or close to it. So, but that's made all the difference in the world, because we just rarely lose employees.
Right.
So
well, that's good. And, stability is part of it too. that makes me feel better as a resident of Baxter County to know that it's not just a constant turnover.
Correct.
Because you have to train people when there's a lot of turnover.
Well,
Yes.
and training is important, but experience is also important.
Yeah.
Right.
So and I use this. It's kind of like. And I guess I'll use the analogy of football. Okay, you practice and train the same moves, the same thing over and over, so that it becomes instinctive. You don't have to stop and go, oh geez, that guy's moving to my left or whatever, and I now have to. I mean, that's got to be instinctive.
Right.
So domestic violence calls that we go on are some of the most dangerous, and if a police officer will understand this, but there's probably I could go to 20 domestic violence calls, and they're all everyone's different. So how do you train? You can't train for 20 different scenarios.
Right.
You train on how to handle those situations and de-escalation and all of those things, so that when you go into it, it's instinctive and you know how to respond, how to react, how to diffuse and handle that situation. Well, you don't get that looking at a computer screen or a book.
Right.
You get that through experience. Now, I mean, I remember way back in the day when I worked for the Mountain Home Police Department, I mean, didn't even have a year experience under my belt. And there were times, because back in those days, all the county deputies went home at like 1 o'clock in the morning. State police didn't have anybody on. And so the city of Mountain Home was the only law enforcement that was working in the entire county. And so, the money was not there, and the extra personnel was not there. So there was usually just two of us. And if someone called in sick or were on vacation, you work by yourself. So there's been numerous times, with less than a year experience, I'm the only law enforcement officer. And if it was a serious emergency call, even in the county, we would be asked to go respond till the deputy they could get someone up out of bed to respond as well.
Goodness.
So I say that in that while I thought, hey, I'm smart and I've got it, the truth is it's about 3 years or so when we can tell the difference, and when that officer's experienced enough of all the different types of calls that you can really feel confident that they can handle whatever they come into. It's not that they can't, it's that experience, and that's something you can't buy and you can't get from a textbook.
Right, absolutely. I can certainly see that. So, all right, well, we need to take a break.
You bet.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with Sheriff Montgomery, so don't go away.
Sleep Mart is introducing a new way to shop for a great night's sleep. Your Comfort Mattresses comes in 5 unique comfort levels, from firm to soft, with cooling options to match your perfect sleep temperature. And no matter your price range, we'll help you find the perfect fit. Get deep, restorative sleep exclusively at Sleep Mart.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville, voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day, or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday, 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going? See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z-Team.
You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on our versatile, reliable lineup, helping you turn dream projects into reality. Visit your Kubota dealer today for the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Stop by your local dealer or go to KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Discover comfort and style at Sleep Mart. From reclining sofas and love seats to manual and power recliners, sleep and lift chairs, we've got it all. Choose from a variety of styles, colors, and fabrics. All made with pride in the USA. Come to Sleep Mart today where comfort meets savings. Your senior
Welcome back to the morning show. We're visiting with Sheriff John Montgomery from Baxter County this morning, and gosh, the loyalty has been there for you through the years. You've been loyal to Baxter County, but your deputies and staff have certainly been loyal to you, it sounds like, as well.
Well,
the department.
And we mentioned earlier, I mean, to me, you want to make this a good place to work. Money's important. You got to pay your bills. But at the same time, you want it to be a good place to work, that you enjoy working. And I say look forward to coming to work, okay? And while that's important, also holding those employees accountable. And they know they're being held accountable, okay? Mm-hmm. Like I started to mention when we were off the air, but if a deputy shows up at your house for whatever reason, maybe to take a report or you have a call that you need assistance with, and you're not treated right or you're being treated rudely, who are you mad at? Well, you're mad at the sheriff's office, you're mad at the sheriff, okay? And so that those deputies that respond, whether it's an investigator or a patrol deputy, they're the face. I obviously can't answer every call as a sheriff, but I'm the one that ultimately bears the brunt of that, good or bad. Yeah. Now, you know, we expect, and if you're not treated right, we want to know, and we're going to look into it. And obviously, you can't make everybody happy in every situation, and we understand that. But that's one reason why I think, I really believe that if you walked into the sheriff's office and just down the hallway, we have a bulletin board that is packed full of thank you cards and letters. I mean, they're just on top of each other. We get so many thank you cards and letters every month. It's just about our deputies and the way they were treated, and it's just unbelievable. At the same time, I think we've only had 3 or 4 complaints over the last, 4 or 5 years on deputies. And you go, oh, that's not possible. Yeah, it is. And we'll investigate those if you don't think you're being treated fairly. But again, and he's retired now, but one deputy told me one day, he came in and probably about, maybe a year after I'd been in office, and one of the things we preached was professionalism and treating the public with respect. And it's service above self. And so it is changing that flat tire on the side of the road, or we got unlock kits. If you lock your keys in your car, we're going to unlock that car. And at first there was some pushback because that's not the way it had been done. Mm-hmm. And let's face it, if it's raining and you got to go unlock somebody's car and you stand in the rain to do that, that's not pleasant, okay, for the deputy.
Yeah.
But that's part of what we want to do, is to take care of the public. So he came into my office and he said, I just want to say thank you, because he said, I've had more compliments from the public in the last year than I've had in the previous 20 I'd been here. And I just want to say thank you. And I said, well, it's not me, it's you. And he goes, I don't understand. I said, you're out here taking care of the public. And when you do that, and they pat you on the back, makes you feel good. Well, if it makes you feel good, it makes you want to go do it again. It perpetuates that service over and over and over. And so it makes you want to do a good job. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I'm so proud of, and again, I think we get so many compliments and so many thank you letters and cards, and had 2 phone calls last week, that called to thank me. And one of them, as simple was, one of our deputies is currently in the academy, and driving home, pulled over to help someone that had a flat, that was trying to change a flat on the interstate. Well, the problem was, of course, cars are zipping by.
Right.
And so he pulled over, turned the blue lights on, and, to help keep the traffic off of them while they got the flat changed. Okay, didn't have to do that. Could have went on by because supposedly there had been at least 6 or more other police cars that drove by and didn't stop.
Wow.
Okay. Well, to me, that's an attitude. That is a culture that we've instilled and built, and that's what we want to keep.
And as a resident of Baxter County, you don't want to have to call law enforcement for something negative. Somebody's, on your property doing something that they shouldn't be doing, or trying to break in your house or whatever. You don't want to have to call somebody. It's uncomfortable to have to call. But, just knowing that somebody's there to help. If I lock my keys in the car and I don't have anybody else to call, and what do? I'm stranded at the side of the road or in a parking lot or something. It's just nice to know that there's somebody there that is going to come and maybe not lecture me, about, somebody that I can. And I think that serves to build the reputation of law enforcement, just generally speaking, not just the sheriff's department, but just in general.
And we've got good law enforcement here. I mean, of course, obviously the sheriff, and I brag on the sheriff's office, but we've got great law enforcement here. I mean, if you look at the city and state, and we've had it's not always been a great relationship, but in the last 3 or 4 years, we do have a great relationship with the city and the state. Even the federal authorities, there are some certain ones that are now stationed here in Mountain Home. We've got, the city has Homeland Security in their office, that we have an ATF agent in our office that handles not just here, but in that territory. So we have such a great relationship with all the law enforcement working together. I mean,
and we're lucky because not every state, not every community outside of Arkansas or outside of this area can say that.
No, absolutely. And I can tell you,
lucky.
Baxter County is recognized statewide as being one of the premier law enforcement counties. And again, that's the whole gamut. And not just in Arkansas, but across the U.S., but especially in Arkansas.
And isn't that nice? And I think part of that, too, is, and you talked about it, everybody's willing to work together.
You don't care who gets the credit.
Right. Yeah. As long as the bad guys are off the street.
Absolutely.
That's it, isn't it?
I got a question. And you may not, or may not be able to answer this, and I know you may not be able to go into detail, but I know you're retiring.
Yes, sir.
Are you still going to be doing stuff for like the state boards or any of that type of, you were involved in a lot of stuff that people don't see that help make things possible even for the state. And so that was my question.
Well, and I guess I'll answer it 2 ways. First of all, yes, I feel like what happens in the state level affects Baxter County a lot of the times. And another thing that I'm very proud of, Jeff Lewis is my chief deputy. He's extremely smart. He can type over 100 words a minute. I mean, he's just incredible. He's like a walking law book and dictionary encyclopedia. So I don't know the exact number, but I know it's over 20, probably about 25 pieces of legislation have been signed into law that originated from his computer. Wow. That we talked about, came up with, and so from that standpoint, no, not being the sheriff, I won't be as active, but at the same time, I still feel like I've got a good rapport and good reputation in Little Rock. So if there was an important piece of legislation that's going to affect Baxter County, then yes, I would do whatever I could. Now, as far as some of the state boards, most of those are because I am the sheriff or a county official. So no, I will be leaving those once I retire. So from that standpoint, probably not. But again, I care a lot about. To me, this is God's country. I love this area, and I want to do whatever I can to keep things going or even make them better.
We will look forward to hearing more about what's happening in the Sheriff's Department. Next time you come back, we're about out of time. It just flew by, didn't it?
Well, I told you lead off follow.
Well, we
That's scary to tell her that.
I know. I'm not sure I'm the one you want to tell. There's no telling where you'll end up with that. But thank you for joining us. As always, it's a pleasure to have you.
Quick saw a sign. Actually, one of my employees who does not give directions very well has a little sign on her desk that says, "I wonder where the people are that I gave directions to."
Oh yeah, that I could live by that. I like that a lot. So, well, all right. Well, everybody out there, thanks for joining us this morning, and get out there and have a great day today, and we will see you next time on The Morning Show.